The first Access Consciousness class that I took required no prerequisites, and it was a 2-day free-form like body class. It was given by Dr. Dane here in Florida, and I attended because I had a friend who was going through some stuff, and I said, let's just go to this. It feels light. And we went, and I remember Dr. here talking about fear. And I raised my hand and I said, well, fear is very real to me. And I had been working with a clinical psychologist to try to eliminate my fear of heights. It was actually stifling my life. I could get on an airplane, but there were a lot of things that I couldn't do travel wise because I was afraid of open heights. I couldn't ski, and my partner at the time loved skiing, and it was the one place in my life where I felt like I lost control of myself, where I actually had like a panic attack or anxiety. And after working with hypnotherapists, clinical psychologists, facing my fear, nothing changed this fear. Nothing helped me get rid of this fear, and I was determined. So I go to this one class, and Dr. Here makes me aware that fear is not real. And I'm like, it's very real to me because it literally became, even if it started off psychologically, it became a physiological thing for me where I would sweat and shake. And after a series of questions and me coming to the awareness that I was the one creating this fear and that I was the only one that could eliminate and destroy, release this fear, he asked me if I would, and I said, yes, of course I will. But I first had to come to the awareness, which he helped me do, and then I had to be willing, I was willing to let it go. And after I said yes, he said these funny words that are the energy clearing statement that is created by the founder of Access Consciousness. And it swept away, it was an energy clearing, and it removed my fear. I didn't know it at that moment, but 10 days later, I was in Chile visiting my best friend, and he's known me for 15 years. He knows I'm afraid of heights. I won't drive in the HOV lane without becoming fearful. And he asked me if I wanted to go on the zip line. I wasn't going to go on the zip line. I was going to watch his kid, and him and his wife were going to go on the zip line. And instead, 10 days after my first energy clearing, I had no charge. I had no fear. And I said, I think I want to go. And we got off, we went in, we signed these waivers that say you have to sign your life away basically because there's no medical attention in this area. And then they asked who wanted to go first, and I said, I will. They did a demonstration. I went on the zip line. Come to find out, it was an extreme adventure zip line, which was closed a year later because it was so high. But in that tree, in those trees, in that zip line, I had no fear. And this was the proof that if I needed proof, I got 10 days after my first energy clearing session that had removed my fear. So after that, knowing that this works, I was like, what else do you guys have? And they have classes on business, on money, on sex and relationships, basically everything. And I just started studying and deep diving into Access. And at the time, Gary Douglas and Dane here were very available, and I was very lucky to have them as my personal facilitators for a very long time. And I'm able to do a lot of the work that I do now and help people clear energy because of them and what they taught me. And I'm doing this now in private sessions, in classes, and in some specialty classes. So that's my story.